Good morning. This is the Insight AI Daily Brief for June 30th, 2026. 20 Coding AI Updates with Developer Business Impact. Lead, track total merges by adoption phase in enterprise and organization reports. Also on the board, Google updates measuring what matters with Jules, featuring every eval ever results on Hugging Face model pages. Fast brief, what changed, why it matters, source, watch next. Lead, track total merges by adoption phase in enterprise and organization reports. What changed, building AI adoption phase cohorts. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, GitHub Changelog. Watch next, check which tiers regions. Story 1, Google updates measuring what matters with Jules. What changed, AI coding agents rapidly shifting. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Google Developers Blog. Watch next, verify AI coding agents rapidly shifting. Story 2, featuring every eval ever results on Hugging Face. What changed, blog published official check access. Why it matters, changes testing, adaptation, and deployment choices. Source, Hugging Face blog. Watch next, verify blog published official check. Story 3, introducing VCR, Vercel container registry. What changed, you can push-pull manage. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Vercel Changelog. Watch next, verify you can push-pull manage. Story 4, Google updates ask an AI expert, what exactly is? What changed, illustration depicting full-stack AI. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Google AI blog. Watch next, verify illustration depicting full-stack. Story 5, Vercel AI SDK publishes AI at 7.0.8. What changed, 7.0.8 patch changes 0274F34 feet. Why it matters, changes developer integration and endpoint routing. Source, Vercel AI SDK. Watch next, confirm docs, endpoints, account. Story 6, A2UI MCP Apps. What changed, agent UI integration. Why it matters, cleaner agent app surfaces. Source, Google Developers Blog. Watch next, check MCP app fit. Story 7, agentic discovery spec. What changed, tools and skills discovery. Why it matters, easier agent resource lookup. Source, Google Developers Blog. Watch next, watch spec adoption. Story 8, Claude Opus 4.8, fast mode is now in preview. What changed, Claude Opus 4.8 fast mode. Why it matters, changes coding, terminal, review, or automation loops. Source, GitHub Changelog. Watch next, treat early access until. Story 9, Cursor release notes. What changed, release note watch. Why it matters, watch real IDE adoption. Source, Cursor. Watch next, verify release note watch. Story 10, Cursor mobile app for iOS. What changed, iOS is public beta all. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Cursor Changelog. Watch next, verify iOS is public beta all. Story 11, Vercel services, run full stack on Vercel. What changed, user app next. JS frontend fast API. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Vercel Changelog. Watch next, verify user app next. Story 12, build cross-language multi-agent team. What changed, how Python agent go agent. Why it matters, changes agent setup, handoff, and supervision. Source, Google Developers Blog. Watch next, check which tiers regions. Story 13, how A2UI is building a world of collaborative agents. What changed, celebrating first anniversary agent to agent A2UI. Why it matters, changes agent setup, handoff, and supervision. Source, Google Developers Blog. Watch next, verify celebrating first anniversary. Story 14, Vercel Sandbox now support custom images. What changed, Sandboxes supports custom images. Launching. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Vercel Changelog. Watch next, verify Sandboxes supports custom images. Story 15, Anthropic Python SDK publishes v0.113.0. What changed, v0.113.0.113.0 2026-06-29. Why it matters, changes developer integration and endpoint routing. Source, Anthropic Python SDK. Watch next, confirm docs, endpoints, account. Story 16, Klein publishes version 4.0.4. What changed, version 4.0.4 changed fully remove Klein pass. Why it matters, changes coding, terminal, review, or automation loops. Source, Klein. Watch next, confirm docs, endpoints, account. Story 17, Claude Code publishes v2.1.196. What changed? v2.1.196 changed added support organization. Why it matters, changes coding, terminal, review, or automation loops. Source, Claude Code. Watch next, verify v2.1.196 changed added support. Story 18, Google updates unlocking Britain's next era. What changed? For illustrated characters representing. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Google AI blog. Watch next, check which tiers regions. Story 19, Apple says it is releasing updates early. What changed? Published concrete AI tool that. Why it matters, changes the affected workflow and user segment. Source, Reuters. Watch next, verify published concrete AI tool that. Watch next, track official docs, quota changes, rollout scope, and follow-up adoption data. Promote updates that change workflow, cost, model access, review speed, or deployment risk. This brief is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not investment advice, product endorsement, professional guidance, or a request to act on any company or security mentioned.